on kids, or when they were telling people to vaccinate pregnant women. I was like, wait, what data do you have on pregnant women? Because pregnant women, if you like normal medication, when a pregnant woman is taking normal medication, they have to be very careful, because stuff that you can take when you're not pregnant with very little concern all of a sudden becomes a real issue if you have a developing fetus in your body. It's a giant issue. You're a father, you know what it's like when your wife goes through that. It's kind of crazy, because there's real concern. Like, you can't take this, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't this, you can't that. You shouldn't take stem cells, you shouldn't take nootropics. There's so many different things. But yet this vaccine with zero testing on any pregnant people was fine.
Wasn't it worrying that when you're
encouraged,
when you're layman's speculation, like the speculation of people that have not been at university and like, hey, but hold on, you're not going to get pregnant women volunteering for clinical trials, so there's no way you could have tested this on. Hey, hold on, you can't know what's going to happen 5 years down the line because you've not had a 5-year time frame unless you were preparing this thing 5 years ago. In which case, how come you were preparing this thing 5 years ago? The kind of speculations that were being had conversationally in spaces like this one have proven to be true. You can't validate it. Children aren't doing clinical trials. Turns out they didn't do clinical trials for transmission or have any viable data that it stopped transmission. It was like that's one of the things that alarmed me most is how easy people rolled over to an authoritarian edict in countries like mine and yours, where it was assumed that wouldn't happen. I remember the narrative being, when the stuff was going on in China, good luck trying that stuff in the United States.
Right. But
and then they
pulled it off.
If you amplify fear, I feel like it might be like with how it is on an individual level, although it's always hard to scale what affects you as an individual to what affects a bloody planet. But like, if I'm frightened, I become suggestible. When I'm frightened, I'll be like, oh, just give me authority. I'm calling the 911 now. Right. I'm willing to, when my wife is sick or whatever, I'm calling, suddenly the Reiki ain't an option no more. Fuck the crystals, get that shit out of here.
Right.
Get me a physician in a white coat with a stethoscope driving a Bentley right now. I want the comfort of that. I'll do whatever I want. Pfizer, give them the money, for Christ's sake.
Right.
And I feel like if you do that, if you, as they say, gaslight an entire nation, if people are operating at a state of fear, I mean, what does that do to us